feeling that we share so apart. Tonight I'll let you know, taking all my time and soul, just to let you know, to know. Thank you, Julie. I'm getting ready to record hopefully some lovely tunes. I'm picking out some old music that I made. See if I have something for it. If not, then I'll just find something online. I'm kind of feeling like a singing vibe today, like R&B or. Thank you very much. So I'm going to find something online, which is rare because, it's not rare, but yeah, kind of rare. Because I mostly self-produce, but I like having a different perspective sometimes. Maybe you can relate. Like when I'm like trying to do some singing, I may like find a bit online to find reference. I may rebuild it. Pharrell Williams or John Legend. That's a good comparison. I like that. I actually really like that comparison. You know, because Pharrell, as a producer, as a creator, has a lot of reputability. But John Legend has dynamic playing ability as well as writing, and like performance-wise, very nice. I like John Legend's ballads. The feeling that Pharrell kind of evokes, I like maybe like that as well. I'll say Pharrell, because he's able to kind of evoke a feeling that I like. Whereas John Legend is also like on the ballad side for me. But overall, I think Pharrell has a more dynamic. Well, I perceive it as a little more dynamic approach. That's a great question, though. I really like that reference between Pharrell and John Legend. I'm eating peppermint. And peppermint made me think of my granddad. My granddad used to always have peppermint for me and my sisters. And when we would go to the store, he'd always allow us to pick out a treat. Yeah. He would go, get a treat. I'd be alright. I would always get like some kind of candy or something. My granddad passed last year. And it's a positive thing I feel though. With the peppermint, I felt good. I felt good thinking about my granddad. We're gonna get some beats going here.
After saving what customized car insurance?
Of course, an ad. Let me log in so I don't have to do the ads. Hopefully, while you're here, you'll be able to hear me. We'll be able to record a song. See how get some ideas going. Logging into my YouTube because I don't like ads, as no one likes ads. Can't sleep, so I call her up. Dial that number. Oh, I answer still 2 o'clock. And if I know, and if I know, that's what's that song? Love Train by Confunction. What inspired me? There's a lot of things, a lot of energy, a lot of people, a lot of influences, a lot of powers, like other things like ideas that have inspired me. There's a consistent idea that comes back to me a lot, having to do with my mind. When I was 14, begin to deal with what most people would describe as bipolar and psychosis and mania. I found out later that these things, even though some of it is categorized like mental illness, there's like a deeper, kind of like a deeper level there. And the reason I began to really play music and write music was and is healing me. So I'd play piano, and I wasn't really that, I didn't understand a lot about it yet, but I would play it every day, every like hours. Just invest myself into listening to music all the time, as well as playing, especially playing. When I would play the piano, it was out of tune at my grandmother's house. And now the piano is another family, so that's cool. But for a long time, it was at my grandmother's house. And I would play it, and I would feel the energy, and really I feel like really the best word is vibration, the frequency of the keys when I would play it, like entered my body. And it healed me going through the trauma of the way I was raised, as well as my bipolar experiences. And when I began to really play and get better, it even took it to a higher level, because I felt like I was communicating with music. And I feel like music always is blessing, healing, communicating with me. And through that healing, music became a tool for me to connect with higher natures, and like higher levels of myself, as well as understand the history. As a Black American, although I am, what people call mulatto or mixed, I definitely am Black, and I have Black ancestry. So as a Black American, also inspired by that connection to the music in that way. A lot of the originality in music came from Black Americans, and their contribution not only here, but from Moors. Yeah, it was a tough time, but the thing is that the music really is definitely a tough time. High school, early adulthood, even, recently I've learned from this experience, but I think it was a blessing. I think it was a good thing, because this peppermint is good, so my bad. But the more I experience it and learn from it, it's so dynamic, and it helps me learn a lot about life. And if I didn't have, what I deal with, people would probably say, or I would probably not have the depth that I have. So I'm very appreciative of like the depth this brought me. Of course, sometimes it's challenging, sometimes it's not fun. But overall, and within it all, the music brings stasis. The music brings balance. The music brings harmony, to my mind. And sometimes it's not even like physical music, like like a sound. Sometimes it's just the ideas that music evokes in you, the things that music brings forth in you. That is very unique. It's hard to explain. Like playing, like the vibrations of the piano is very hard to explain. It enters your body when you're playing piano. And you're like really playing and you're feeling it. The music enters you, and you kind of have a choice to make. You can, kind of just let it be an imaginative thing alone, and that's fine. Or you can say, what's actually going on here? I really feel like there's something higher going on there. So, especially the way I learned, like, sorry I'm talking a lot, but it was really also improvisation, which you're going to see in the recording. So when I begin to improv, you're right there with like the origin, right there with the source. I think that really inspired me. So long answer, but that's actually, thank you for that question too. Okay. Thank you. Let's get this music going. Let's see what we got here. This is Trying by True Soul. Somebody there sing on it. It sounds good, but I don't want to sing on that because it's his song. I feel like you already got it going on. Good. There's a lot of things you know, and this is gonna sound like probably a weird answer, but I'll just one of the main thing I see for myself at like the age I'm at is as I'm like now focused on my healing and health and just having a really good level of health. You know, that's always a priority for me. Obviously, with things I've dealt with, but even beyond that, just want to make sure I'm very in tune with what I want, and for not just then, but now as well. I want to make sure I'm in a very good level of health, and like, you know, part of that being, you know, mental health, like I said, being happy, and, you know, being centered, you know, and continue to learn that. Exactly, health as well. So that's the one thing. Second thing is I would like to starting my family, you know, you know, from the, I guess the way with probably that time would be my fiance, which is now right, health first, yeah. But yeah, probably building a family. The person I'm seeing now, she lives in Mexico, and if it's with her, that'd be great. You know, I really like it to be with her. That'd be nice. And you know, whatever way is best for both of us is fine. But that'll be good. You know, but being able to build you know, start with that. It didn't necessarily like, you know, have like, you know, kids. I don't know, but have like a family situation kind of going towards that. Because I'm, you know, I want to be like young and be a dad. I don't want to be like an old dad. Nothing wrong with an old dad, but I want to have the energy and the time, as well as own my time, you know, so that I can be around my kids and like really, you know, be influential in their life. I don't want it to be like where they don't like see me, or like I prioritize work so much that they don't like, are not around me. I would very much like them to be involved with my work as much as possible, and, you know, just be in my children's life as much as I can. So kind of getting towards that, you know, starting that way. And then actually the last thing is, you know, setting an example for my siblings, and just, of course, reaching the pinnacles that it would help me live a more free life and own my time. So, you know, one of the ways that is building my, you know, some of the things I've been building now. And another way, yeah, another way is I like acting. I did a lot of acting as a kid. I was in like movies and a few commercials and stuff, and some stuff like that as a kid, and I'm starting to get back into it. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways my career could go, but I'm auditioning again, and maybe doing some things in acting too would be fun. But yeah, like for me, it really doesn't matter as far as like, it does as far as like me being able to do things my way, you know, having that control and like that freedom. You know, how it kind of pans out, I think just having that flexibility is good. But yeah, and I know I've grown a lot, because there was a point where I would say like, you know, this arbitrary goal or this amount of money, but I've kind of learned, and, you know, I'm learning that that's kind of not even really real. Like, I know that you should, like, you know, earn money and stuff, but to me it's like that you know, health, you know, being able to provide for the woman I'm with and make sure she's really happy and I'm happy, we have the freedom we need, and then eventually children, you know, making sure they're free. You know, they have things that they want, but more importantly, they have integrity and they have the ability to choose, you know, the life they want as well. So that's like, I know I've grown so much because even, you know, and I'm grateful that I have. So yeah, I don't know. My bad. Well, you asked the question, so I'm doing my best to answer. I'm kind of long-winded, I guess. But yeah, I think that's actually, it makes me happy thinking about that. You know, in a few years, being in a place, you know, like a family place. I sound like Vin Diesel talking about family all the time. Like being like a good place like that, and, you know, continue to work on my health, as well as like, you know, build my business. But as I grow, I really see it like my business, music business or whatever, it's like secondary to like my health and family goals. So yeah, thank you. Also, thank you for tuning in. I know it's been like a few minutes now, and we've been having a conversation. So cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you. It was definitely cool to meet you. Thank you. Nice to hear from you too. Nice meeting you.